All right, let's look at these last problems. Number 3, I'm going to have 1.5 times 6t and 1.5 times 2. So I'm going to have 9t and 3. Using your calculator to make sure you're doing correct math when you have those, excuse me, decimals and fractions. It's always best practice. Okay, number 6, 4 times 3.2d. And then 4 times, remember, we have to treat it like a negative because it needs to go left on the number line. So I have 4 times 3.2 is 12.8, and d minus 40. All right, let's see here. The next one we have is number 4. 12 times 8, 12 times, remember, I need to treat it like a negative 6j because it has to go left on the number line. And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my variable term first. 12 times negative 6 is negative 72j. And then I'm going to add to it 12 times 8, which is 96. So there is that one in simplest form. And then we have one last one here we need to look at together, a refresher over how to look at our values. Here's one value. We have a value within one, don't we? We have this value of 4c minus 2. And it's repeating 6 times and then adds 10. So let's look at 6 times 4c, which is 24c. 6 times the negative 2, remember, because it has to go left on the number line. Negative 12, and then plus 10. So you can see right here I have two constants that I can combine. So I have 24c minus 2. All right, that should do it for this notes section. I'm going to go ahead and leave a separate one for the factoring section. So once you get these all cleaned up and you feel confident, maybe come see me if you need a little support before moving on to the factoring part.